This is the Virtual Lost podcast. This is episode 57. We're talking about Flyquest.
We're talking about Flyquest because this is actually pretty big. Because their CEO, Tricia Sugita, stepped down and is actually now, it was recently announced, is the chief marketing officer at Cloud9. But
she's like switched teams. He's like, I'm done with y'all. Bye.
I respect it because that's one of the big things is like she moved from a CEO to CMO. So people are like, isn't that kind of like a downgrade or a side grade? But if you think about it, the size of the orgs is like completely different. Yeah. So even though it is a lower position on the hierarchy, it is at a bigger org, and I think it is worth looking at because Cloud9 has partnerships with the main one you would think of is Puma, and then they had their, I don't know if we talked about it, but their Smurfs collab, which was a disturbing clothing line.
I think we did talk about it once,
yeah. No, but they're handling more people, more brands, and I think they're trying to solidify what their image is, because I think that a lot of the orgs are experimenting a bit more, but I feel Cloud9 is a bit more stagnant in its image, and like they are very dead set in what they're doing. So I think I don't think that they're going to try to change it within these upcoming years with her joining as the CMO, but I think they're going to try to expand it while also not diluting their image. And I think she's actually like probably one of the best people in the scene for the job, because one of the cool things she did was she was CEO of Flyquest is she changed her logo. Now it's an actual leaf. It was used to just be an F and Q, like just the letters themselves.
Just the letters of the
yes. And then one of the things that she introduced was whenever
they went at marketing, but okay.
Yeah. One of the things she did for League specifically was whenever there was an Ocean Drake and the Flyquest team killed an Ocean Drake, I think they would donate, or I think they would make a donation, or it was something to do with planting trees. One of those two, I forget exactly, but it was like something inside the game that they would have a positive impact on the environment for. So, you'd hear fans back then, because this was years ago when they introduced
whenever
it.
that came up, they would cheer.
They would cheer.
Yeah. So that's a cool little integration.
Yeah, so like Flyquest now is like a wholesome org revolving around the environment and sustainability. So I think she did a phenomenal job in her time there. And
is Flyquest now like kind of, they're just looking for like a leader or whatever, or are they just kind of like,
I believe they named a new CEO, but I don't know what he was within the company, but I forget his exact position already.
Interesting. So Flyquest should probably be fine as well.
Yeah, I think that they solidified their brand. I think they should be fine. I don't know about like new campaigns that they take. I won't say anything on that end, but I think she did a good job, and the org did a good enough job.
And were they just League, or were they like other games too?
They're in other games too. Like he's Flyquest signed Jay Mook recently. I don't know if you saw that.
Mook, okay.
Yeah. We talked about the Sheik player in Melee.
The Sheik player. That went really well until you hit the wall that is
Zane.
Zane,
Yeah. They signed him recently, which I found to be funny, because we were like talking about him like a week before, and then
that was a pretty good pickup. Yeah,
Manga. I think you actually mentioned like this guy needs to get signed, and then he's on a pretty
he's
good
gonna
org
get
now.
signed. Yeah, with that kind of performance, it'd be hard for him not to get signed.
Yeah, I was looking at that because also League started, so like the first week.
Is this MSI?
No, this is back to regular splits. So everyone's in the summer split. So like Korea's region, North America, all the regions are starting again. So I was going through all of those and just enjoying it. I think I'm also trying to step back a bit from watching only League, because I do want to look at some other esports.
Valo,
I'm trying to get into. Apex, I think I've got a good enough grasp on. I haven't watched it recently. But I think if I were to, go back, watch a few tournaments, I'd be able to like just pick up what has changed versus what has stayed the same. Because the game is, mostly the same. It's just who's relevant, what guns are relevant, and any map changes, stuff like that.
Oh, that game does map change? Well, yeah. A lot of those games did map changes, huh? Do you know if the Black Ops battle
Warzone?
royale. Yeah, Warzone didn't. It did map
I
changes.
don't think they do map changes. I think they do like map rotations, like move to a whole
Hmm.
different map. I could be wrong though,
Hmm.
because
Interesting.
Fortnite alters the one
Yeah,
map.
they do. They a whole bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Apex, the way they do it is it is currently at 4 maps. One of them's out of rotation for
Mm.
now, but the way they do it is like they introduce a new map, then they'll change and make an adjustment to an old map, and then the next season they'll adjust the new map slightly or make another adjustment. So it's like constantly tweaking old maps while bringing in, some completely new content of a different map. It's nice. Some maps
Yeah,
aren't always positively received, but it is what it is.
it is what it is. All right then. Personally, as a Final Fantasy fan, I've been eating good lately. We
It's
we, we,
been
we ate
nice.
good recently.
It's been nice
We
from an
got the
outside
new Final
perspective.
Fantasy 7, or the not the new, but the second part of the Final Fantasy 7 remake. This is Rebirth.
Rebirth
Rebirth. Still not coming out till I think next year.
2023? Yeah, I think you're
Yeah,
right.
dude, that game is ginormous. And then we're also getting Crisis Core, which is the prequel. It's a remake of Crisis Core, isn't it?
Yes. And
Yeah.
that's coming out this year, I believe.
There you go.
Did you ever
We're eating good.
Wait, do you know that story? Because I have no clue about who
Yeah,
that
it
is.
was. I've heard of Crisis Core, but I never actually played it. But I know of it. Oh, wasn't it also like a movie or something? Was it Crisis Core? Like
They made
something
a
like that.
movie?
Yeah, they definitely made a movie. I don't know if it was Crisis Core, but they definitely for sure made a movie. It was very weird. It was very early, like late '90s, early 2000s.
Live
Like,
action?
yeah, CGI, full CGI
Full
movie.
CGI.
Full CGI. It was one of the first full CGI movies. It must have been like 2004 or 5. That was the Final Fantasy movie.
Really? Never knew that existed.
Yeah, it's literally called Final Fantasy the movie, 2001.
And it's on
Uh,
Final Fantasy 7?
Not necessarily. It's just the Final Fantasy movie.
Oh, okay.
You should just look it up on Google. Oh my god.
Does it
It is
look bad?
very 2001.
Okay. The Final Fantasy movie?
Just Final Fantasy the movie. It's some PS2 looking graphics.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was very. Oh yeah, the Spirits Within, I think is what it's called. Yeah,
These
that's
are some graphics for sure.
they are some graphics for sure.
All right. I'm closing
Man.
that and never wanting to look back at it.
Those were like revolutionary graphics back then,
I kn-
2001.
Hey man, some things don't age well.
Some things do
And I
age
think
well.
that is a prime example. I've not watched a movie, but looking at those graphics, I'm good on, never having witnessed it. I will say though,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII's Part 1 is getting a port to PC, which
Mhm.
is maybe will actually get me to play the game finally.
Yeah. It's gonna be good. And then we also got, I think, a new trailer for 16.
Did we get another one?
I thought, or was that a week ago?
That was last week, I believe.
That was last week then.
Yeah.
Then I think they just replayed that one.
Oh
But,
yeah, I think I remember hearing it was a replay of the 16 trailer.
yeah. So we were eating good. Final Fantasy fans eating good.
Yeah,
Good
I think it's
stuff.
time. I think it's time for me to start getting into these Final Fantasy games.
Final
They might be
Fantasy.
pretty
That's
good.
That's the whole time dump though. That's like
I know. It's such
that's
a
your
time
whole
sink.
life right there. That's some people's whole lives.
Dude, I bought another freaking game. I bought Dragon's Dogma 1 because it was
Okay.
on sale for PC because Dragon's Dogma 2 got announced. And for people who don't know, that was like Dragon's Dogma 1 was like a cult classic hit. People who played it are like, it's the game that came out around the same time as Skyrim, but Skyrim's the one that blew up. But like this
But
game
it should have
had
been.
a lot of depth to it. And
Yeah.
the video I watched, about the Dragon's Dogma 2 release, like it was a 10-minute or like a 10-minute video of their anniversary. So it was kind of just talking about the making of Dragon's Dogma 1. And when you hear the directors and like map creators talk about it, like you feel their passion. It's like it made me want to play the game.
Yeah. No,
And
100%.
yeah, it was like it was on sale for like $5. So I was like, oh,
All right, all
I'll
right,
hop
I'll
on
check it
it.
out. What kind of game is it? Tell us about the game a little bit.
It's kind of, think of it like Skyrim,
Okay.
but the
Like
combat
the same kind of
is
like 3D, like first
like,
person.
I don't know if it's in first person or third person. That's actually a good point.
Hmm.
But like, think of it like that kind of fantasy world, but some different fighting mechanics. Where one of the things that they talked about in the video, the 10-minute video, was there are a lot of times when you face like huge monsters, but then you only find yourself chopping at their feet.
Hmm.
And when they talked about that, then they started showing gameplay of like you can mount the monsters. Like, have you ever played Monster Hunter where you can like jump on the monster,
I've,
stuff
I've,
like that?
I've
Yeah.
dabbled. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like interactable monsters and I guess interactable terrain where you can possibly jump on heights and stuff.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
I was kind of curious on how deep the mechanics for combat go. And then there is also one of the things that they talked about was how the goal of the game was to create a kind of like a D&D kind of experience, or what they're going for is a feeling where a game where you're not playing by yourself, or they've created a pawn system. I should probably explain by that, where you create like party members that will be your companions. Like I think did you have a companion when you played Skyrim? Like that one person that just always followed you around. That was like
No,
a
I don't think I
bot, did
did.
one
I
kind of
think I had a
spell.
companion in Fallout 4, but not Skyrim.
Okay,
But
I actually
kind of
never
same kind
played
of thing.
Fallout 4. Yeah, like kind of probably like the same kind of thing. So
Yeah,
I can't really
probably.
say, but
Yeah.
I guess you can go
So
really
he just
in
follows you
depth with
around, and
it.
kind of like how it helps you here and there. Or the same kind of system as in Bioshock Infinite with
Never
that one
played
girl.
Bioshock Infinite
You
actually.
never played Bioshock Infinite?
No,
That's a good game.
I've been
That's
told
a
that's
good
a good
game.
game, and I
Yeah.
actually downloaded it recently because it was free on Epic Games Store for a period of
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. That's a good one.
hmm That's
That's
another
and
one.
it's not even that long. If I remember quick.
Oh, I haven't played any of the Bioshock games, so I was gonna play through them all at one
Those are
time.
good series. Yeah.
But like I said, the game catalog is like
Yeah,
stacked.
yeah, yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I know
I got
you
like
have your own.
I have a whole collection full that I've barely played any.
But they
One day
wanted
when I'm like 40.
to they wanted to create, it's gonna sound weird, but like a somewhat multiplayer experience, but single player is kind of
Hmm.
what they were going for. So I guess there is a level of depth for these characters. And sadly, like before watching this video, I remember hearing this game was like hyped up for a long period of time. So like I read about some of it and like some of the plot elements, and it seems really fascinating. So that's kind of like another reason why I was like, oh, I'll play the game. It's $5. We'll see if I actually get to play it because I could never play the
I
game.
mean, yeah. I mean, for everybody else, Steam Summer Sale's coming up. You never know.
Oh yeah,
Might
Steam
see
Summer
it.
Sale. That's gonna
Yeah.
hit. That's gonna hit.
That's my yearly tradition, man. I always take a look during Steam Summer Sale. I just
I can't be
see
doing
what's
this,
up.
man.
See what's up, you know?
Yeah, just get DM or get emails. Oh, this game on your wish list is on
This
sale.
is that's the worst feeling because it's like as it, it's like damn, it's 25 bucks when it's usually like 40 or 50, and it's like that's still a little chunk out of the wallet, but it's such a good deal though.
Yeah, it's. I've heard it's such a good game. Like,
And they give you just like these ridiculous numbers of like a 70% off, and like
yeah,
they give you like 55% off.
55% off, and then you just like, how long is it gonna be on sale for? Like, and
Yeah,
then,
exactly.
I can't deal with sales, man. I'm weak. My wallet is weak.
True. My psyche is not up
Shattered.
for the task. Also,
Yeah.
another reason why my psyche has been broken recently. Xbox, of course, has to ruin everything with modern, clean design.
Oh, yeah. We're
uh,
innovating.
Innovating. It has to take some of the old Gamerpics, from our childhood, and just smooth them out. I don't know why they do
Is
that.
that what they call it these days?
Basically,
Dude,
fucking upscale it.
They murdered the Beanie Boy. That's all I'll
Beanie Boy
say.
with the bubble gum.
Yeah, the Beanie Boy with the bubble gum. If anyone who played old Xbox
Yeah, you know
would
what's up.
remember
Yeah,
that gamer picture.
it's
Well,
like Xbox 360.
they
Was that
modern,
wasn't?
yeah.
Yeah.
They 360. It's the first 360 for sure. They modernized is what they said, and it just ain't the same. They also like
the guy
butchered
looks
the
like a
panda.
poser. He looks like a poser.
Yeah.
The panda looks like some clip art from an Android game. That's what it looks like.
Dude, it just because like you can update it,
Yeah,
doesn't mean you have to. Or at least keep the old ones and then like put a new one right next to it.
right.
They completely got rid of a piece of Xbox history by getting rid of the Beanie Boy.
Design.
Specifically the Beanie Boy. I'm like more hurt about.
Yeah, that was like everybody's at one point. Everybody.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. When I think of the kid with the beanie, I think of someone in a Call of Duty lobby that will directly DM me to trash talk. That's the kind of person I think of when I think
100%.
of
He's
the
calling
beanie.
you slurs in the DMs.
Yes, exactly that kind of person. And they just got rid of it. I wonder if that'd be a fun thing to do, is like log onto the old Xbox and look at all my messages if I haven't deleted them.
You know what game was actually surprisingly toxic? I never thought it'd be that toxic, but it was surprisingly toxic.
What
Titanfall 1. People raged in that game hard.
Titanfall
I don't know
1.
why. Titanfall 1. The game that gives you viruses now.
Oh yeah, that game. I played Titanfall 2. Really fun. But yeah. I don't think I really ran into any toxic community. Yeah.
I remember them being just constant, just yelling. And specifically in Spanish. I heard quite a bit of yelling in Spanish.
Interesting. Is it always like your own team, or is it kind of like Call of Duty where there's a pregame lobby where you can hear everyone?
I think dude, I don't know why. I feel like I remember you could hear everyone all at once or something. Or
that would be fucking hectic.
Yeah.
There's also the times where they have it where if you get killed, then there's like a 3-second period.
Yeah. It could have been that too. That might have been it. Because I remember just people talking shit about each other in mid-game. So I mean, usually it's like, but that game was kind of individualistic. It didn't really feel too team-like, because you had to like fight your own way to get your Titan to like level or you know what I mean? So you were focused on kind of yourself most of that game. So if you were talking shit, it was probably towards the person you were trying to kill.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. A game that was like
at
that
least
for
Titanfall
me.
1, dude. Oh my god, and dude, I don't know how you got me talking about Titanfall 1. Playing Capture the Flag on that game was so easy. For some reason, nobody realized you can go like behind the map a little bit, and there was like a little path you can go behind. You could take the flag and just go right behind there, and no one would ever notice. Like everybody would be too focused on getting their Titan and fighting in the middle of the map, they wouldn't notice that they would lose because I could take the flag and just run across the side.
Dude, I hate stat patterns. The people who are just like, I'm gonna kill everything. Just no objective in sight.
No objective whatsoever.
Yeah.
Oh man. I could care less about the objective as long as I have a good KDA.
Yeah, good KDA. If I have a high individual score, that's all that matters. And then if I lose that kind of game, then what were my teammates doing? I was carry. Y'all just had to get the objective. You just blame it on everyone else. That's kind of how it is. Man. The game that like threw me off for how toxic it was Rocket League.
Oh, I can imagine that.
Dude, Rocket League for some reason had the most demonic people in chat. Because it wasn't like voice chat. It was only text.
Oh, dude. Only text chat? That's where you get the most toxic players, honestly.
That was one where I would actually say a majority of the chat is flaming your own teammates. Like, if there is flame in the game, I would say 70% is like friendly fire. Like 30% is directed towards the other team. Most of it is like people are like, I'm basically dragging a corpse like as a teammate. Of course, saying it in more vulgar words or of course. Yeah, people are actually really intuitive and like ingenious, I should say, in developing new ways to flame.
New ways to make you feel offended.
Yeah.
This is where all the innovation is coming from, right? This is Silicon Valley of slurs.
Dude, the way that they like, because there is a censoring for, of course, a majority of cursing and slurs, but they're finding ways around it. I don't know how. They were just cracking the code for.
They were being all the bots, dude. This is how the proof that bots can never replace us.
And then there's times where it's like they're trash talking you, and then you can clearly see a word that's been censored, and you know what the word is, but you could just
you get the same psychological effect.
Yeah.
You know what they were calling you, you know?
Yeah, you know what they were saying, and it hurts just as much, even though you can't read the word. You feel the pain.
Of course.
Yeah, if I'm going somewhere, I'm going to fucking Japan, like England.
We're going to anime land, all right?
Yeah, going to freaking Nintendo land.
On Nintendo. Oh, well, they're making one in LA or whatever, right?
Oh, they're making one in LA?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, I might have to pull through.
Pop in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got space there. They got some open spaces.
Dude, no, they don't. Stop. LA is disgusting. The only reason you can say LA has space is because
Universal.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's Universal's getting Nintendo Land?
Universal.
Oh, okay. That makes a world of difference. I thought you were saying LA.
Just LA getting a Nintendo Land, just like that. Like they might get an a Nintendo store, maybe.
Yeah, okay, that's completely fine. Because you said LA, and I was thinking like the only reason we could say LA is fine is because like LA is so blurred on like what is defined as LA versus what isn't. It's just a fucking mass of just cities in a vicinity. Like Anaheim's LA, probably offending someone.
County,
yeah, someone's probably getting offended in Anaheim, where they're like,
Anaheim is LA County. No, I thought it was Orange County.
Is it Orange County? I thought it was LA County.
I thought it was OC.
OC. Oh, we gotta talk about that, by the way. Did you listen to the Drake album?
The best thing I heard is that's the soundtrack for Azara.
For what? Is that a fucking water commercial?
Azara, no, a store. It's like Forever 21.
That makes sense. That for those sounds, that'd be fine. Someone I saw on the top.
I like it as a background vibe. Just like I'm not even paying attention to it. Just like I like the beat a little bit, but I don't.
Yeah, some of the beats are good.
Yeah.
The thing is, I was disappointed because like while the beats are good, some of the beats are good, I should say. For some of the songs, he doesn't do anything with the beats, which I'm
lyrically it's very basic.
Yeah, and then there's like actually one song at the end that's like a full rap song. So I know some people said like, as long as I'm concerned, Drake released a single, is what some people said. Even though I didn't like that song, I liked Overdrive. That was the only song where I was like, I would listen to this, in a rotation of songs. And another thing I saw on the timeline, this is just something that I thought was a bit absurd, was people were upset that they were trashing this album immediately, and they were saying this is like when they trash Views on release. And when I was saying
trash Views on release, they did.
I will say, yes, Views got trashed on release, but anyone who listened to Views, like there was at least a couple songs like, variety. This is good. Yeah, there's variety. Of course, that one has like 20, 25 tracks, I think, on that album. But
it was a pretty big album,
it was a good album. Like I think a lot of people were harsh on it in the beginning because they wanted Marvin's Room too, or probably Nothing Was the Same. But it was a good album. It just for no reason got trashed. I thought it was slanderous to compare this album to fucking Views. I was like, y'all.
I'm telling you, he's in 2030. Okay, he's in 2035. We need to just catch up sonically.
You know how old I'm gonna be in 2035? I don't know.
37.
37. God damn, 37. Do you remember that the short vine of 47? God 47. Damn, 47. How many states are there in the United States? 50 minus 13? God damn, 47. It's a beautiful video, eh? Man, there's a lot of history in just short.
Dude,
short
old YouTube was kind of flames, honestly. Like half of it was really cringe now, but like a good portion of it, some good ass shit.
Yeah,
and then I feel like nowadays like they just remix some of that old shit and like turn it into new shit. It's like you'll see some like audio from like an old YouTube video and TikToks now or something.
Oh yes. Like that. You talking about audio? Sorry, I'm going off tangents a lot. There was a song I heard from Taku Takanashi, who is one of the producers on Panty and Stockings soundtrack, and it was literally 2 seconds of a song that I swore I'd heard this beat from before. And I heard this at like 2 a.m. last night. I was up till 7 a.m. trying to find what song it was. I went through so many songs. I never ended up finding it. But I was going through so many songs because since I remembered it, I was like, I swear it's from like 80s, 90s songs. Yeah. I like even went back to some 70s. I was going through freaking Teddy Pendergrass. I was going through R&B, just so many genres of like my childhood. just trying to figure out where this 3-second song was, like where this
3-second
3-second beat was from. Yeah. And it wasn't a sample, like it wasn't a direct sample, but it was just the melody.
The melody
was just uncanny.
Like you
and
just
I'm
knew
just
where it was from.
Yeah, I just knew it was from a song I've heard from before, and like I can hum it, but it doesn't do anything for me because it's I've tried humming it to like Shazam or like one of the apps that if you hum it'll tell you the song. It hasn't helped me, but I literally spent all pretty much last night trying to figure that out. And how did I get to this topic again?
No clue. I want you to tell me. I want you to tell me about your first time watching John Wick. Was this your first time typing John Wick?
Yeah, first time watching John Wick. I watched it Saturday.
Okay.
So 2 days ago.
This is your first time watching any of them? And you watched
first time watching any John Wick.
And you watched the first one?
Yeah, I watched the first one. And then I watched like 5 minutes of the second one.
Okay.
And I'm be honest, I cannot see how people like this.
The first one? You watched the first one. You didn't understand why people liked it.
Yes. Okay. When I was watching, after I watched the movie, first thing I typed in was, I was curious, is John Wick satire? Because I was like, this man is so damn incompetent in every key situation. You're telling me this...
Wait, who, John Wick or the...
Yes, John Wick! Okay, this man's a hitman. He lets 3 guys somehow get into his house. He first of all has a house that is apparently insecure enough where... Not insecure. Unprotected enough. Where these 3 guys can just go in. Yeah. It's insecure. At the beginning, which ends up getting him and his dog killed, his car taken. Plot of the movie.
Right.
Second, he lets a damn trained professional assassin go. The girl, he lets her go because she attacks him in the middle of the night when she tries to kill him in his hotel room. She lets him go instead of just killing him, which ends up getting another assassin. Fireworks, sorry. He ends up getting another assassin killed who he told to watch her. And also by letting this girl go, he ends up getting his friend who helped him out throughout this whole time get killed because her living ends up seeing that they were, working together. And it's just
well, I think at least for the initial stuff, the him being unprotected or whatever, him having not good security or whatever,
he's out of that life.
I think he was out of it technically because I think his wife just died in the beginning of the movie.
Oh
right?
Yeah,
in the first scene, she had just died.
Yeah, she died.
That's why he was off
maybe
his
2
game.
days. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so I would say that's probably why he was a little off his game.
Yeah, the one with him not killing the girl assassin throws me off so bad because this man kills 70 people. He kills these bodyguards who are done nothing wrong to him. They're just getting the paycheck, and he just offs them no regard. That was another thing that I saw that was crazy. When I typed in, because I was curious when I typed in, is John Wick satire? I typed in, is John Wick. First thing that popped up on Google was, is John Wick based off a true story? And I thought, who the fuck would think that for a moment? If we ever heard the story of a guy who killed 70 plus people because they stole his car and killed his dog, we would never hear the end of it in history. This is a goddamn... There's no chance this thing is based off of a true story.
I could have understood if it was based off maybe a novel or something. That made more sense.
Based off a novel. But the first thing on Google is John Wick based off a true story? I'm curious, who the fuck thought for a second, yeah, this is what happens in the streets of New Jersey. That's not the point of
John Wick, okay? Yeah. John Wick is turn off your brain, fun. He killed a motherfucker with a pencil, okay?
Yeah, he killed 3 people with a pencil, to be exact.
with a pencil.
And
he's Baba Yaga, okay?
Yeah, so
that's the point of that movie.
Yeah, when they said it, or when I typed it in, is John Wick satire, they're like, no, but it knows what it's doing. It's a guilty pleasure movie.
Yeah,
that's basically
100%. It's like Fast and Furious. It's it's not that deep. They're just I want to see Keanu Reeves kill some motherfuckers.
Kill 70 people.
That's what I want to see, and I want to see it 3 times over. Okay, that's what they said. That's what people said, man.
Oh, and then
when did the original come out? 2016.
2014, I think.
2014? Yeah, makes sense.
Oh,
that was...
I also remembered a thing that pissed me off so much. when they capture John Wick midway through the movie, the guy who he's been killing, he's killed like 50 of his henchmen by this point.
Yeah.
And, you know, they have a sit down at a church after John Wick has burned, like, you know, money, his pieces of blackmail, like everything in this guy's safe. And then he's like, he just says, kill John Wick, guys. And then he walks out. Don't you want to confirm that possibly the biggest threat to you in existence dies before your eyes? Like, this man walked out 15 seconds after he left the room. John Wick's escaped. Like, come on, man. Come the fuck on.
Well, it's badass, dog.
Dude, I was so heated.
The pool scene? Did you see the pool scene?
The pool scene.
That's in the first one, I think. Yeah,
Which one?
When they go to he goes to the club to find the sun.
Yes. That's
badass, dude. Just
out here
murking about it. It's just like the movement.
Yeah, I was so heated. But
I think it was kind of emulating video games. It gave me like a
that is some GTA shit. If I ever heard a story like that,
honestly, John Wick is the best video game movie to ever be released, in my opinion.
Best what?
Best like video like if John Wick was a video game movie, it would be the best one that ever got released.
Probably.
In my opinion. Yeah.
Probably. I like Scott Pilgrim, but I can imagine if it was like worldwide appeal, John Wick. John Wick would be like the deal. But
you see, sometimes I forget that what was it called?
Don't you dare say you forget Scott Pilgrim is a video game movie.
Yeah, I did.
Holy crap.
Because the video game came out before, right?
Well, it's originally a comic, and then
it was originally a comic. Yeah, that's right.
And then video game, and I think movies.
The video game apparently is really good.
Yeah, the video game's really good. I played it on Xbox.
Yeah.
Very fun game. And then I just always think of it as a video game movie also because of the video game mechanics that are inside of the movie.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, I tried watching John Wick 2, a piece of it, and it was just like, I can't. I'm actually missing good media. I still haven't watched Parasite. Back when I told you
that's insane to me.
I told you I've been going back through the old virtually lost VODs.
Yeah.
Like slowly getting through them so I could do timestamps so that if people want to watch certain portions, then they can clearly look it up. And I got to the part where I talked about when Parasite first got put on Hulu, how I retweeted the fact that it got put on Hulu so that people would watch it while I hadn't watched it. And it's been a year, I think, since, and I still haven't watched the movie.
It's a good movie. Maybe we'll have to have you come over one night. We'll watch a couple of those. You give me a recommendation. I give you a recommendation.
All right.
We'll watch some movies.
Yeah, I just so bad on movies specifically, I think.
Yeah, movies, I think same here. I'm bad with shows too. Like I'll watch a ton of anime in like one night, but I can't be bothered to watch a normal TV show anymore. I was so bad.
I think the last show is Squid Game. Might be the last one I've actually
probably
watched.
Same here, honestly.
Speaking of which, I got a season 2, which is crazy to me because that whole show is
what's crazy is that Netflix brought out the reality TV show. The reality TV show Squid Game.
Wait, what?
They're making a reality TV show based around Squid Game, where it's the same premise. It's basically the premise of the Mr. Beast video, if you see it.
Yeah, we're just people competing.
Yeah, people competing. And it's just like the irony of like how the show is about how our society is gonna, they just turn, Netflix just turn into the VIPs or whatever.
Yeah, that throws me off. If they do a reality show though, one thing I hope is that they do like, the real world where they have like a booth, the confessional booth. I want that kind of shit on like the Squid Game show where
like
people are just trash talking.
Big Brother confession.
Yeah, just the trash talking each other and just don't even tell each other people's names. Just give them numbers and then you just have
13's being a mother.
13 can't stand that guy.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, man. 100%. And then just like or Takashi's Castle where like have a little intro before you do an event or something like that. I don't know if you ever watched Takashi's Castle. That was
Is that the one on Spike?
Yeah, it was Spike, I think.
Oh my god, I think I do remember that one. Wasn't it the guy that said everything in a really bad Asian accent?
No, because it's an actual Japanese show with they dub over it. That's all it is.
Yeah,
it is so offensive. I think now that I think about it, it was a really
wasn't it like a Wipeout or whatever?
Yeah, it was the concept is like Wipeout, and it was an
Yeah.
actual Japanese show, and then what we
They
call
just
Takashi's
dubbed up
Castle
with
is the English
really bad
dub.
jokes.
Yes,
It was very 2003 or whatever.
yeah. It seems like something would be on fucking YouTube, and
Yeah,
it was
100%.
Spike.
Oh man, that's why Spike I think they came back like what, like a couple months ago. That's why they just brought on a bunch of fucking YouTubers. It makes sense.
Oh no, that was G4. G4.
Oh, it was
did that.
G4. That was G4.
Yeah. Dude, Spike had some shows though, like
some wild shows.
yeah,
Yeah,
they had 1,000 Ways to Die.
Yeah,
I think that's hopefully gone because that was just a weird ass show to me. I don't even know how much of those were true, actually. By the way,
I don't know. It couldn't have been all of them.
Yeah.
They had to throw some, you know.
Deadliest
Wild.
Warrior. I don't know if you ever remember that.
What show was Deadliest
They
Warrior?
literally just got
Ninja
random
Warrior.
Deadliest, or it was like I think it was called Deadliest Warrior, where they got random like fighters from history and then like matched them up.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I do remember. You're bringing up memories for me. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a
Dude,
bunch
dude,
of
there's
shows
so
on
many old
Spike.
TV shows. Did you ever watch Endurance?
Explain it. I don't.
It
think
was
I
it was
know.
it was basically Survivor but for kids.
No chance. What show was?
Yeah,
what channel
it was
this
like
on?
it was like it was on Discovery Kids. It was on this channel. I don't think it doesn't even exist anymore.
I don't even think I own Discovery Kids.
Yeah, it's Discovery Kids, and it was this thing where it was like literally Survivor. So they're like, it's like a group of teens or whatever, and they're in various locations. Like one time it was the desert, one time it was like the jungle, and then they're like, it has the confessional booths or whatever, and then it's like they pair all the kids together, so they have one partner, and then like a couple they're in like two teams, but then they also have their partner, so they're trying to like no they didn't have teams, it was just partners. They didn't have teams, it was literally just partners. So you had your partner and you were trying to take your partner to the end of, to like the end of the show, and you had to like do the the challenges or whatever, like hold a rope back or whatever, and then you you had to like vote people off the island or whatever at the end of the week. And
that sounds like
and
primetime
this was
television.
like drama of like it was like of like backstabbing, and like
Yeah.
you had to find little idols or whatever, like little triangle things in the campsite that they were at. And I don't know if they had to like, no, they definitely didn't like make their own food or anything like that. They were just like staying in this. I don't even know if they even stayed in the cabins. They probably like stayed in the cabins for the show and then like shipped them off to like a hotel or something. I don't know.
As a kid, I watched the animated version of that, which was Total Drama Island.
Total Drama. It was literally a live action Total Drama Island. Hilarious, dude. It was literally so funny because it was just these kids like saying the wildest shit. I think I remember seeing it back. And there was this one girl in the first episode of the first season. I was like, all these other girls are like trying to find a boyfriend like already. We just got here and they're trying to find a boyfriend. And I'm like, I'm trying to win the game. I'm trying to get out here with the money, okay?
She's locked in, man. She's fucking
Locked in. Like, what the fuck is going on? Oh man.
Yeah, that sounds crazy because like Survivor level drama mixed in with
and they're like
teen adolescents.
Yeah, teen adolescents. They're like 14 or whatever.
Yeah, that's fucking fun.
Fucking hilarious. And I watched this as like a 9-year-old or something. And I remember at one point, all my friends watched it, and we at one of my birthday parties, we had it going because the finale was going at the same time as my birthday. So we were all like around the TV watching the finale of this fucking show.
Yeah, no, as a 9-year-old,
man.
I watched either like Teen Titans or like Chappelle's Show. It was like a complete 50-50. Yeah, dude, I will say I had a really like strong cursing vocabulary as an elementary schooler because I watched like I played GTA, I played Gears of War, I watched Chappelle's Show. I listened to freaking rap. I was listening to Tupac, Biggie as like a 9-year-old because it was all the songs that was on the computer that would get put on my iPod Nano. So I was like, I'll listen to it. So like my vocabulary is very strong back then. I gotta say, I'm very glad that I cursed a lot as a kid because I kind of got most of it out of me. I still kind of cuss now. I still cuss a lot now, but it's not harsh cussing. I say
Yeah.
fuck a lot, but
I had literally the
yeah.
opposites. That's why I probably cursed more, because I had the repressive one
Yeah, no.
where I couldn't do anything at all.
Yeah, no. I was a demon back then because it was Xbox Live as a fucking 9-year-old, 10-year-old
Dog,
Call of Duty
I could
lobbies.
barely play Mario.
I was a squeaking voice cursing
You were
that cursing
squeaking.
for Vanna. Well, I was like 10 at that time. I think I
Yeah.
got a deep voice like around 13, like junior high level.
Yeah.
But yeah, back then,
Squeaking on Xbox Live. You were the stereotypical squeaker on
yeah.
Xbox Live.
But I
will
was
say
top
this.
frag though. The reason I was top frag. I'm talking shit because. Well, I also was a degenerate.
But at the time, you'd watch you'd watch COD like YouTubers and stuff. No,
No,
someone like you never watched YouTubers.
I never watched YouTube as a kid.
Oh man,
No.
I watched too much YouTube as a kid. That was like my.
No, I will say though, the cussing was a defense mechanism. Because
Yeah.
I played like a degenerate in Call of Duty, and that's why normally people cuss at me.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, I have to be able to
You
back
have
it up. But my voice didn't help to back it up, I will say. Even if I cuss back, then, you know, then it becomes new insults because of me being 10. Or, yeah, 10 or 11 as a squeaker.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm glad I got all that that hate out of me. I hate that evil. I realized going through some of the old VODs, I've been too lukewarm. I've been giving like my full opinion, or like haven't been showing like how fucking degenerate I actually am, or like giving 100% of like, you know, giving the full peak at like the scum that I am, I guess is what I'd say. The anime scum, anime degeneracy is that. I was listening to some of these like, do you really think that, Robert? I was like, let's see episode 6. It's like, there's more you could be saying right now. And one of the things I wanted to talk about like this episode, though, I don't know if you still got time, was when we were talking about like guilty pleasures, John Wick. I was like, what are like the anime mangas that are like your guilty pleasures? And I thought of mine. I was like, damn, these are trash. And both of them are mangas. Well, one of them's a anime that we've talked about, has an anime series, but one of them's like only a manga. Like one of the ones that like I genuinely still enjoy it. It's complete trash. Is Domestic Girlfriend.
Dude, Domecano, yeah, for sure.
Domestic Girlfriend.
I don't think I've gone all the way through. But you've gone all the way through the manga, right?
I've gone through all the way through the manga, and you know, although I have upset feelings towards the ending,
right?
I still love the journey. It was complete trash, so much drama for no reason, but damn, it kept me like. It kept me in with the story.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
I remember reading that series like not with some friends, but like we were keeping up with it at the same time.
Yeah.
And just talking about this, like this series is so like drama filled for no reason, but you just can't get enough of it. It's like just inject it. And then the other series is Minamoto Monogatari, which is basically Minamoto Monogatari is basically this premise is a guy who was bullied by girls as a high schooler, gains a fear of girls. I forget what that is specifically called, that phobia exactly. But then in university life, he lives with his aunt, and his aunt is a professor who studies historical literature. And one of the piece she studies was The Tale of Genji, which is his huge piece. I think it's referred to as like the first novel. And the story is of a guy, and I think it's like throughout his life, he has 14 wives. Or not 14 wives, but he's with 14 women.
People at once, or
not at once.
In a series?
It's like, I guess it's throughout the book.
Right.
And her being a professor is like, I'm going to use my nephew as a test subject and have him meet. Like, she's got this shit locked in and like planned out where she's going to have her guinea pig nephew meet these 14 girls and have a relationship with them. It's trash, but damn, it's good, I will say. Interestingly enough, I didn't know until later, but both of those series are actually both have female authors. They both have also unique. No, they don't have both. They don't both have unique art styles. I will say Minamoto Monogatari has unique art styles. I'll say Domekano is a bit more on the standard, a little bit unique, but you know, a bit on the standard side. Yeah. I love both those series, but trash, complete trash. Garbage. Oh yeah, trash. Would never recommend this at like, you know, at a book fair or something.
Yeah, I know.
I wonder if people still do that.
Uh,
You know how they have
oh, like book
like
fairs like
book
back in the day.
clubs? Just
Yeah,
come
no,
in
they're
with a
just like
different
scan
manga
this
every
QR
time.
code and to check out the.
Oh no, I didn't mean like store. I mean like, you know how people go to someone's house with different
Oh,
books that they recommend?
oh, like
Like,
a book club, like a
yeah, like
straight
a
up
book
book
club,
club.
like moms and stuff doing that. I wonder if people are gonna
Oh,
do that in next gen with just manga. Just, hey, we're here to talk about this piece right here.
it's
We're here to
artwork
talk
right
about
here.
we're here to talk about Chainsaw Man because part 2 is coming out. I think it's July 13th. The manga
Oh,
is coming
really?
back, baby. Yeah.
Nice. I'm excited for that. Yeah, the
Was
first
it?
part was actually really. I actually read the whole thing. That's very
Mhm.
rare for me. So.
I think it was you or my brother, one of you
Uh,
two, who when I read part 1, I thought it was over completely. I didn't know there was gonna be a part
mm,
2. I was like, oh, it's open ended, like open
mm.
ended ending, and I
It
was
might
just
have been in
like,
the podcast where I said, "Oh, that's when they just announced part 2 or whatever."
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
after I heard about part 2, I was like, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and then anime coming out. It's
Anime is coming
waiting.
out. I believe he also released a one shot recently. The
Mm.
author of Chainsaw Man.
I think I heard about that. Yeah.
One shot that actually just came out that is completely separate. That is really good. Is Ruri Dragon is the name of
Mm.
it, where it's basically this girl who's like 15 who just all of a sudden gains a dragon horn, and then she finds out that her father, who she never met, is
What's
a
the drink?
dragon.
Sick.
We haven't met the father in this one shot, but it's just so far it seems like it's going to be an enjoyable slice of life to read because it's just, adolescence youth with, body changing of, not the typical one because it's
Right.
actually a
Right.
dragon. But it seems nice. It seems wholesome so far.
Nice. Oh, and I gotta
Mhm.
say, Aharen-san was the most underrated show this season. Fucking
Oh, I
good.
remember you mentioning that in the
Fucking
podcast episode.
good. Good as fuck.
hmm
Probably honestly even one of my favorites, if not my favorite.
One of the things I mentioned way back when, like I think before this season of anime started, was I
Mm.
completely forgetting about Yor
Yeah.
in Spy Family. I said Shikimori, not just a cutie, was gonna be like the one the fanime the yeah the anime community revolves around. Nope, hadn't read the series, so I was like, I just assumed that was gonna be the one. People, from what I've seen, some people trash that series and like that girl, but I put my disrespect on Yor by not saying her because
Yeah.
I actually
Yeah.
never touched Spy Family, so
It's been all about Spy Family. I've
yeah.
just seen Spy Family stuff
Spy
like
Family
all over
is
the place.
this season's
It's everything.
messiah.
Yeah, truly. But no, I've just heard it's very mid. I've heard Shigemori is very
Yeah,
mid,
I've heard.
very
Dude,
basic.
I'm trying to figure out if there's I don't know why. I've been trying to figure out what words did I use to describe like middle of the pack series before I started using mid.
Mm.
But now all I can think of whenever I think
That's
of
mid.
like that kind of situation is like I'll always just
Average.
just average. Yeah. That might be the word, and now it's just completely replaced from my vocabulary. Anytime I would consider the word average, no, I'll just say mid.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Ahan-san, really good though.
All right.
Watch it. Fucking good.
Is it a manga? I might just read it.
That's an anime, but I probably is on manga as well.
All right.
I don't know. All right.
We will call it with
Well,
that.
that was it. And that was episode 57 of the Virtual Lost podcast.
We will see you next week.
See you next week.